The meeting ends. People start gathering their things. Someone makes a joke. The room begins to empty. And you walk out. Down the hallway. Maybe to the bathroom. Maybe to get water. And somewhere in that walk, you say it. The thing you prepared. The point you wanted to make. And suddenly, the sentence comes out easily. Almost too easily. You hear yourself and think, I could have said that. That was right there. And then you go back to your desk. You knew what you wanted to say. That's the thing people don't understand. It wasn't that you had nothing. You had something. You'd been thinking about it since the agenda was sent. Maybe you even wrote it down. A few words, a sentence, just enough to hold on to until the right moment. And then the meeting started. And the right moment kept not arriving. Here's what happens inside a meeting. When English isn't your first language, you're not doing one thing. You're doing three. You're listening to what's being said. You're thinking about what you want to add. And you're translating, organizing the thought into words that will sound clear enough to say out loud in front of everyone. Three things. At the same time. And while you're trying to do all three, the conversation is already moving on without you. It doesn't wait. It never waits. So you wait for the right moment. A pause. A breath. A space where your sentence could fit. And you find one. You open your mouth. And someone else starts talking. You close your mouth. You wait for the next pause. You find it. You open your mouth again. And the topic has already changed. And then it happens. Someone says it. The thing you were going to say. Not exactly, but close enough. And people respond. They nod. They build on it. And you sit there with the same thought still waiting behind your teeth. And you nod too. Because what else do you do? And everyone in that room thinks you agreed. Nobody knows you thought of it first. And you just sit there, hearing your own thought in someone else's voice. That's not the silence of having nothing to say. That's the silence of having something. And watching the window close before you could reach it. After enough meetings like this, something starts to shift. People stop looking at you when they want a response. The meeting rhythm moves around you, not past you on purpose, just around you. Because that's what patterns do. They settle. You became the person who listens, who nods, who sends a follow-up email afterward with the thing you should have said in the room. And sometimes people reply, "Oh, that's a great point." And you think, I know. The thing nobody tells you is that this is not about your ideas. Your ideas are there. They've always been there. This is about timing. And timing in a second language is one of the hardest things no one ever talks about. Because in your first language, you don't think about timing. You just speak. The thought arrives and the words follow almost at the same time. But in English, there's a gap. Between thought and translation. Between translation and sentence. Between sentence and the right moment to say it. And by the time everything lines up, the moment is usually gone. So you keep preparing. Every meeting, you come a little more ready. You think about what might come up. You prepare a sentence or two. You tell yourself, this time. And sometimes you do speak. A short comment. A quick yes. Enough to feel like you were there. But not the thing. Not the real thing you came in with. That one goes home with you. What changes? This is not more preparation. You've been preparing. What changes? It is something much smaller. The moment you decide to let an unfinished thought enter the room. Not a perfect one. Not a complete one. Just something. Before the window closes. Before you've translated every word. Because the meeting doesn't need your best sentence. It just needs to hear that you're there. Maybe next time you don't wait for the perfect opening. Maybe you let one unfinished thought enter the room, even if it's not complete. Even if someone has to wait 1 extra second for you to finish. Because that one unfinished sentence is worth more than the perfect one you said in the hallway after everyone had already left. Tell me in the comments, what's something you prepared to say in a meeting, but never said? I read every comment, and I'll see you in the next video.